Tired of waiting for cactuses to grow?
Yes!
To then only put it inside of a furnace where you'll have to wait for it to smelt up, not to mention you'll have to get fuel to smelt it. And then you gotta do all that just to get green dye. And then once you have the green dye, you don't really want to do anything with it because none of the blocks look really good. So then you have to set yourself off out in the world and go kill yourself a skeleton or find something to compost into bone meal because you need bone meal to create lime green dye, and that's the awesome color that everybody wants. And just look at how much more vibrant lime blocks look. So why would you do all that when you could build a Super Sea Pickle Farm that's easy to build and fun to use? This farm produces a whopping 95,000 items per hour, and you're gonna get tons and tons of sea pickles. Sea pickles don't just look really cool underwater, they illuminate the surrounding areas underwater even if it's dark. And even though sea pickles grow underwater, you can place them above water and they still look really cool. However, sea pickles do have to be underwater to illuminate the surrounding areas. But as you can see, there's so many uses for sea pickles, and this farm is super easy to build. As you can see down below, the redstone's really not that intense, there's not a whole lot going on. And I've added an auto crafter to this thing so that you can add bone blocks into the system and they'll get transferred into bone meal down into the farm. And what that means is essentially adding 1 barrel of bone blocks is going to be equivalent to adding 9 barrels of bone meal. But you don't have to stop there. At the end of the tutorial, I'll be showing you how to hook this up to the Superior Farming District using this setup right here. The Superior Farming District is for advanced redstoners that want to have full automation for their farms. This has a super moss machine right in the middle of it that creates moss, converts it into bone meal, then it turns it into bone blocks and stores it down into shulkers down here. This machine down here will then distribute it via these waterways to all of your farms. As you can see, this machine right here we've done before in the past. This is my Super Lichen farm, and the Superior Farming District will send full shulker boxes of bone blocks to your farm, and then when they're empty, it'll send them right back to get refilled. So if creating a Superior Farming District is something that you're interested in, then I'll leave a link to that tutorial up in the top right hand corner and down in the description. I also highly recommend chunk lining this build, and if you don't know how to do that, I have a tutorial on that up the top right hand corner and down in the description. You're also going to want to prepare an area big enough for this build, and this build is exactly 11 blocks wide from front to back going this direction. It's exactly 15 blocks wide side to side this direction, and it's 12 blocks tall, 8 blocks above the floor, and 4 blocks below the floor. So if you guys are excited to get started, then go ahead and smack the like button for me, and subscribe if you guys are new, consider becoming a member, and let's get started with the tutorial. And material list will be down in the description. So once you have your chunk border laid out, it should be to where this is inside the chunk like this, and this is outside the chunk out like that. So once you have that laid out, you should be able to get started on your farm, and where we're going to start is this Redstone Dust right here. And to get to that point, you're going to want to come to one of the sides of your chunk, whichever side you want, and you're going to orientate your farm in this direction. We're going to count 8 blocks in from the side. On the left side, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and you can see that's our 8th block here, which means that we have 8 blocks on this side as well. So on the right hand side, the 8th block in, we're going to come up by a block, and we're going to come over 8 more blocks all the way to that block right there and put some redstone dust on top of it. So now I've gone ahead and laid out my chunk, and it's time to get started. We're going to go ahead and count 8 blocks in from the right hand side. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, just like that. We're going to place a block up just like so. Including this block, we're going to count 8 blocks into the center, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, just like that. We're going to put a bit of redstone dust on top of it, just like so, and get rid of all of those. Next, we're going to come right back here. We're going to come up here just by a block like that, and kind of out to the side, so you have this C shape going on, just like this. We're going to go ahead and come up a block right there, just like so. Then what we need to do is we're going to place ourselves in a redstone torch right there with a repeater on it, just like this. Set that to 2 ticks, just like this, and you should see that that creates a clock, just like this. Grab yourself a lever, put it on the back of this block, and turn it in the on position. Then once you have that done, go ahead and grab yourself some sticky pistons. Go ahead and grab yourself a sticky piston just like this. You should see that it extends, and then grab yourself an observer and place that down here just like so. Grab yourself 2 more blocks and place those underneath just like that. Once you've got this in place, next we need to go ahead and come to this block right here. We're going to come onto this side, and we're going to come down by a block and up by a block just like this, and we can break that one out. Over here, we're going to place 3 more blocks so it comes over by a total of 4 just like that. We're going to go over by a block and up by a block just like this, and then over to the side just like so. Once you have that done, go ahead and grab your redstone dust and place that all in these areas just like this. Then place yourself in a repeater just like that. Once you have that done, go ahead and come to this other block in the front over here. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to come down by a block and up by a block just like this. We're going to go out by 3 more blocks, 1, 2, and 3 just like that. We're going to come over here. This time we're going to come out by 2 more blocks, and then we're going to come up up by one just like this, and over by one just like that. What we need to do now is we need to grab our redstone dust, go ahead and line all of these areas up just like this, bring the redstone dust up here, and put yourself a repeater just like that. When you're done with this step, you should be able to come right over to this side, and you should see that this repeater and that repeater are right in line with each other, just like this. Once you have this completed, next we're going to go ahead and come to this side. We're going to come down to this repeater. We're going to put a block right in front of it, just like that. Go ahead and grab another block. We're going to put a block on top of it, just like so, just like that. Next, we're going to put a block up on this side, just like so, and another block up here on this side, just like that. Next, we need to go ahead and come back here. We're going to put a block out, and then a block in, and then a block up, just like that. Over here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go a block out, a block in, and a block up, just like that. Next, we're going to grab ourselves some pistons. Put yourself a piston right there, a piston right there, and a piston right there. And you should see that all three of these are staggered, just like that. Over here, we're going to do the same thing, a piston there and a piston there, and same thing, those should be staggered as well. Grab yourself some redstone dust. We're going to go ahead and put redstone dust all in these areas. Go ahead and bring that up and over, and bring that all the way to the other side and to the back, just like that. Once you have that in place, next it's time to come to the other side and do the exact same thing. So again, we're going to come right over here, put a block up in front of the repeater, just like that. We're going to put a block on top of the repeater, just like so, and on both sides. Go ahead and bring that up, just like this, on both sides. Then we're going to go out and into the middle, then up into a block. We're going to go out and into the middle and up by a block. Then grab yourself some redstone dust. Go ahead and bring that all the way across, up and over, just like that, and in the back. Grab yourself a piston. Go ahead and put one right there, and then two right here, and then two right there. Once you've got that complete, your setup should look just like this. Next, we need to go ahead and come over here to this observer. If you place a block on top of it, you should see that those pistons fire. As long as they do, then go ahead and come up by 2 more blocks and out by 2 more blocks, just like this. You can break out all of these temporary blocks just like that. Next, go ahead and come on down here, and then we're going to place 4 blocks out to the side, just like that. And then we're going to come to this side and place 4 more out to this side. Then once you have that all in place, grab yourself some hoppers. We're going to place hoppers into the backs of all of these blocks, just like this. And then once we have that all in place, go ahead and come around to this side. You can break out your temporary blocks, and we're going to put barrels in front of all those hoppers. And when you have that complete, it should look just like this. And next, we're going to go ahead and come over here to this hopper. We're going to place a bunch of hoppers going into this side of it, just like this, all the way to the corner, just like so. Then we're going to come back to this piston right here, and we're going to place hoppers going all the way back into here, leading right above that hopper, or right above that gap between those pistons. Then right over here, we need to do the exact same thing. We're going to crouch place some hoppers going to this side over here. Then we need to come right over here to this piston. Go ahead and place hoppers coming all the way to this gap, just like that. Once you have all that in place, next we need to do the exact same thing for this side. So we're going to come right above this lever here. This side's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to still come up by 3 blocks above that lever, and we're going to come out by 3 blocks just like this. Go ahead and break out all of your temporary blocks. Then underneath that one, this is where it's different. Instead of coming out by 4 blocks, we're only going to come out by 3. So it's going to be a total of 7 wide. So we're going to come out by 3 on each side, just like that. Go ahead and grab your hoppers and come around back. Place your hoppers into the backs of all of these blocks. Then once you have that done, go ahead and break all these blocks and put your barrels in front of them, just like this. Once you've got all of your barrels in place, then go ahead and grab your hoppers one more time. We're going to go ahead and crouch place some hoppers going over the sides, just to the corner, just like that. Go ahead and come to this side and do the exact same thing. Crouch place your hoppers just to the corner like that. Once you have all of your hoppers set up just like this, the next we're going to go ahead and come right over here to this hopper or that hopper, either one. And what we're going to do is we're going to place in 2 temporary blocks right here, and we're going to place 2 blocks up just like that, and 1 out to the side, and we can get rid of our temporary blocks. You're going to want to do the exact same thing to this side. So again, we're going to go ahead and do 2 temporary blocks just like that, break those out, and then we're going to place 1 more here on the side. What that's going to do is it's going to allow items to actually go into this hopper, which is what we want. But over here, we're going to bring this glass out to the front, and we're going to go 1 block past our hoppers. Go ahead and turn 90 degrees, and you can get rid of the corners if you want to. Bring this all the way down and around just like this, and then you're going to turn 90 degrees just like that on top of this hopper line and connect that up just like so. What we're going to do on this side is we're going to come all the way out past our hoppers, turn 90 degrees, bring that to the other side all the way just like this, turn 90 degrees, break out your corner, and then go ahead and connect that up just like this. Once you have that done, go ahead and grab your buttons. Go ahead and place buttons on top of all of these hoppers just like this. That'll stop the water from flowing on top of them, and then do the exact same thing on this side just like like that. Then over here, what we can do is we can go ahead and place a button in right there and a button in right there. Once you've got that in place, next it's time to go ahead and place in part of the floor. And as you can see right here, this observer is hitting this line. So that means that this line is not getting powered and that one would have, which would have pushed the whole floor this way. So in that case, we're going to put our glass over here just like that. We're going to put one layer of glass just like that. Then once we have that in place, next we're going to go ahead and come up here just like this. We're going to grab ourselves a stair block. We're going to place it in there right side up just like this. There we go. Then once we have that in place, we're going to grab some more glass. We're going to go ahead and come all the way to the corner just like this. We're going to come all the way over to the other corner just like that. And we're going to come all the way to the other corner, all the way around. We're going to do this all the way around, all the way just like this. So once we have that in place, we can come all the way back to our stair just like that. Go ahead and break this glass out. Put yourself a stair block in there just like so. Then in the corners, grab yourself one more piece of glass and go ahead and put that in every single corner just like that. Once you have all that in place, next we're going to go ahead and come right down here to where we have our glass down below on these pistons just like this. And next we're going to be placing in our coral, which is kind of tricky because it requires water to stay alive. And we have a bunch of redstone down here that we don't want to ruin. So to do this, we're going to prepare very carefully. We're going to start right there on top of that block just like this. We're going to go ahead and come to our glass over here just like that. We're going to go ahead and count 3 blocks out to that side just like this. And we're going to count 2 blocks out to this side just like that. Then once we have that in place, we're going to go ahead and come over here just like that. And then we're going to count 2 more just like so. Then again over here, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go caddy corner, fill in that space, and then we're going to go 2 more just like that. Then once we have that in place, we can go and come back up top. Next, we need to go ahead and place in these blocks, which is going to be imitating where our coral will be. So our coral is going to be right on top of these blocks here just like this. And so we're placing in these temporary blocks because the coral would just die if we place it in right now without any water on top of it. So make sure that you place a temporary block, and I've used these 2 different color blocks because we definitely don't want to break out the bottom yet. We want to break out these so we can place our coral in. So I'm using that to represent that. But now what we need to do is we actually need to grab some more glass. Go ahead and grab your glass. Go ahead and come to this side. We're going to border our emerald blocks that I have here in place. We're going to go ahead and go just like that. That's going to be the end of that area just like that. Just that way the water doesn't leak out and the pistons have a block to push on when they push the floor back and forth. So once we have that in place, now what we need to do is we actually need to go ahead and waterlog these stairs here. If we waterlog those stairs, you should see that the water flows out just like that. We'll waterlog this stair. The water will flow out just like that. Now this whole area is hydrated. But next what we need to do is we actually need to go ahead and come up by another block right here. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to place in blocks all around in here. And we need to actually go ahead and place all of these in just like this, because we're going to want the water to flow out all the way to the edge to those hoppers. So we're going to fill this all in just like that. And now you can see that all of that should be filled in just like so. On top of this block right here, right in the center, go ahead and place yourself in a water block, and you should see that it flows out to the side just like that. Once you have that done, then you can go ahead and break out these blocks. Go ahead and break out everything except for the center. Go ahead and break all these out. And once you have it, it should look just like this. Go ahead and break that last center block out and put yourself in a coral block. That should stay there just like that. You could even grab yourself a sea pickle and put that on top if you have one ready. And then next what we need to do is we need to go ahead and do the exact same thing for these blocks down here. So go ahead and break out these blocks. We're going to go ahead and just go just like that. Everywhere you see one of these blocks, go ahead and break it out, except for the very center one. Don't do that one yet. We're going to come back to that one. So go ahead and do the rest of them. Once you've got all your coral in place, it should look like this. Be sure that you came under the stair that has that last emerald block and place coral in there as well. That's why we hydrated the stair blocks, that way that would stay alive under there. And actually right here, we can actually get rid of that block for right now because we're actually going to need to get under there as well. Once you have that completed, go ahead and come on down below, and all of these gold blocks that we put in, we can go ahead and get rid of these. We're going to get all rid of them except for the one that's in the center right on top of that block right there. So go ahead and destroy all of these. Then once we have that done, next we can go ahead and see that if we did break this block, that would be the emerald block that we have up above, marking that one out. So what we need to do now is we need to actually go ahead and place that block in there. We're going to go ahead and come back out. We're going to place ourselves some coral in that area just like this. Go and put that that coral in there. You do need a block underneath it to place coral down. It won't place right on air. So if I try to place this right there, it actually won't place. You have to place it on top of a block like that, and you do have to have water, otherwise it's going to die just like that. So now that we have that on top of a block, we can go and get rid of our block, and that should stay alive for the time being. So once you have that all in place, then grab yourself a slab just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and take some glass. We're going to cover up these three sides of it just like this. And then make sure that you leave a side open that has no redstone that's going to get ruined by the water flowing out. So go ahead and place it in there just like that. The water's going to flow out. Make sure that it doesn't destroy anything, and then place yourself a bit of glass in there to hold that up. As long as water is surrounding a coral block in some way, shape, or form, then it won't die, and that's because we are going to need to place ourselves in a coral block right here at the very top. So let's go ahead and place that in there just like that. That's going to be right in the dead center, right between these two stairs, right in the center of the farm. It's going to look a little funny because it is off center, but that's because the floor is going to shift back and forth, and we need to make sure that we have enough coral for all the sea pickles to grow. Now once you have all that in place, you can go and grab your sea pickle and put that on top of there. Once you've got your sea pickle in place just like that, then go ahead and come on top of that sea pickle. We're going to place ourselves in a temporary block like that. We're going to go up by 5 blocks in total, so that's 2, 3, 4, and 5 just like that. You can break out all the lower 4 ones just like so. Then grab yourself a dropper. We're going to place that in here, or an auto crafter. We're going to place 1 auto crafter, 2 droppers just like this. Go ahead and place 1 and 2, and then over here we're going to need to actually come down here just a little bit further and place ourselves in a dispenser down there just like that. Make sure that that's facing down towards your sea pickle just like so. Then once we have that in place, next we can go ahead and get rid of this block right there. Then what we need to do now is we need to actually go ahead and power these. So grab yourself some glass. We're going to go ahead and come right over here to this right here. We need to place ourselves a block in there just like this, and a block up just like that. Go ahead and place a temporary block and 1 over just like so. And then bring this all the way and across, all the way here to that dropper and that dispenser. We're going to do the exact same thing over here. Go ahead and place a block in like that and a block up like this. Temporary 1 and 1 up just like that, and bring that all the way to the dropper over here just like so. Grab yourself some redstone dust, wire up both sides. All you got to do is place redstone dust on top of all of that glass that we just placed, and you should see that it links up to that redstone just like so. Do the exact same thing over here. Put your redstone dust on top of all of the glass. Then once you hit the glass, you should see that it links up to this side over here just like so. Make sure that that connects up. Then once you have that all in place, next we need to go ahead and actually wire up the circuit that's going to push the bone meal down. And to do this, it doesn't matter which side you want to do it on. If you want to do it on this side or that side, whatever side's your preference, it doesn't really matter. It's all going to be the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a block right there on the middle dropper, just like that. Then we're going to place 1 more block out like this. Grab ourselves a comparator just like this. Place that in there just like so. And then once you have that in, grab yourself some redstone dust. You're going to put yourself an observer on top of that redstone dust, observing that redstone just like that. The eye should be down there. And then we're going to come over here and make sure that that next observer is pointing right into this auto crafter right here. Once you have that in place, then you can go and grab yourself a hopper and place it into the back of that auto crafter. To program this auto crafter, we're going to go right into it. We're going to select all the squares that are on the outside, leaving the center open just like this. Go ahead and grab some bone blocks and put that right in the center. You should see that you get an output of bone meal just like that. What we're going to do now is we're going to grab this redstone dust. We're actually going to go ahead and break it, and that's going to actually send some bone meal down into the system just like that. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and place that back in there just like that, and now we should have ourselves some bone meal into the system, and it'll go ahead and continuously cycle just like that. Then once you got your auto crafter set up, next all you need to do really is put yourself in a barrel or a chest and go ahead and fill it up with bone blocks. All you need to do is put those in right here, and that'll go ahead and get you off to the races. What we need to do now is we can go ahead and come on down here, turn on our lever, and test our farm. You should see that the floor is going to shift back and forth, and that you get tons of sea pickles coming out of your farm. Now this is pretty much a tutorial complete. However, if you'd like to hook it up to the superior farming district, I'm going to show you guys how to do that next. But if you just want to put a barrel on it and call it good, then you guys can totally do that, and this farm will work for you. Once you're done testing your farm, go ahead and come on down below, turn your farm off just like that. Make sure that you don't run this thing too long, because if you're going to be using it, there's no overflow protection because it produces so many items. You're not going to need to be here for very long, so just stick around, hang around until all of your items have come in and collect them all. I mean, let's face it, no one's ever going to need that many sea pickles. But you are going to want that much bone meal, so I suggest hooking it up to the Superior Farming District with the super moss machine there in the middle, so that way you have endless bone meal for your farm. So if you'd like to set all of your farms up with endless bone meal, then links to both of these tutorials are down in the description, and if you were to set these up, this is how it would work. Let's go ahead and connect this up. We're going to go ahead and connect up the last bit of redstone there that's going to actually call for a shulker box of bone meal. It's going to let the system know that we need some more bone meal, so here comes a shulker box down the water stream right here. It's going to go ahead and go right into the farm, right behind me, and there it goes up and in, and we're going to watch it go all the way up the water spout and come all the way down into the farm. Once it comes in, it'll go into this hopper, and you'll see that this piston will extend, and it'll go ahead and dispense the shulker box on the other side, so now we have endless bone meal. So if you're happy with just putting a barrel up there, then you can totally do that too, but it's so much better having this system. So if you want this, both of those links are down in the description. They were up on the screen earlier, and they'll both be on the end screen. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial, and if you guys did, then be sure to smack that like button, and subscribe if you guys are new. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll see you guys in part 2 of this tutorial.